Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about style, but it's how to do better with style. And what I mean by that is finding ways to do good things while you shop. It's not about minimalism or purchasing less things. The assumption is that, like me, you enjoy getting a few new items for your home or for your closet, but that you may want to do a little bit better while doing so. I want to preface this whole video by saying that I do not profess to be a saint. I'm going to show you 8 ways that I found that work for me that help create less waste, that help to use materials that are better for the environment, that harm it less. And my approach is that it's not just about one thing. It's not just about buying nothing this year or about using all things that are recycled or biodegradable. There's lots of different approaches that you can take in your shopping selections. And one of the most commonly held assumptions that I think we need to break down right away is that to have a new look in your home or for your personal style, you have to buy things that are new. And that definitely isn't the case, and that's something that I've been doing more and more of, shopping my own closet and shopping other people's closets. So this video is kindly sponsored by ThredUp. I've worked with them before, and I know many of you guys have really enjoyed the codes that have been provided in order for you to get a little bit of a discount on your order. Everything they have is already really affordable, but I will link a code down below that will give you an extra discount, so make sure you check out the links. And it really is fun because I am experimenting with dressing for the holidays, but also for a new climate here in Florida, and so I've wanted to purchase some new pieces without just necessarily getting all brand new things or getting a ton of things. So I've gotten some items here that I think will be perfect for the fall season going into winter here. And let me show you the first one, which is a wonderful bargain. So everything comes really nicely wrapped. They are the online marketplace's largest thrift store, and they've been around since 2009, so they're celebrating their anniversary. So getting items from a thrifted marketplace where you have a lot of selection like ThredUp allows you to help eliminate waste. The average American will get rid of around 80 pounds of clothing every year, and that isn't going to someone new who can enjoy it. Usually it's going straight to a landfill. So purchasing items from someone else's closet is a great way of avoiding that, and it doesn't have to be expensive. They have discounts of up to 90% off. This particular top is from one of my favorite brands, Ann Taylor Loft, which is wonderful for anyone who works in an office environment, for around $49.50 down to $12.99. And it's a cotton blend, so it's going to help you keep really cool. I love the texture of it. Anything for fall and winter that has a pretty texture is perfect. My next stack of clothing from ThredUp features a couple of items from Lilly Pulitzer, which is a brand that I've just fallen in love with since I've moved to Florida. It's very popular here. So these items are from past collections, which is wonderful, and this is why this is a tip that works for me so well. I don't really like the prints in their current collection. They just didn't wow me, and so by going on ThredUp I can see items from many previous collections. So originally this would have been an estimated retail price of $89 down to $23.99. So I love that. I think it's really tropical but also cozy at the same time, which is a nice combination. If you've ever seen Van Gogh's Starry Nights painting, this is what I see, even though it's actually an oyster print. This is a really pretty Henley with, again, really beautiful bright colors, very pretty little gold buttons, a $143 down to $46.99. Very pretty little gold buttons. It's very comfy, again, perfect for lounging around the house. If you've watched a lot of my videos, you will know almost all of my workout wear comes from Lululemon, and they had this collection with these scoop neck tanks quite a while ago, and they had some really fun prints and fun colors, which have since been discontinued, and this style with the black trim is no longer available. So I was really excited to see one of these tops on. It's got this really pretty, really subtle stripe with orange and pink, so it's just really gorgeous for fall, for exercising in. We've been doing a lot of bike riding, so it'll be perfect for that because it just has a light amount of support. $58 down to $32.99, which for Lululemon is an amazing. And then these rails kind of burnout effect t-shirts are still for sale, and they are so expensive when you buy them regular price. It's something that I probably wouldn't spend on, but buying it on ThredUp allows me to get a much better price for it. This would originally have retailed for around $95 down to $24.99. And pineapples are going to be perfect for Vlogmas in Hawaii. Now I'd like to talk about the other ways that I like to try and do better while shopping. So one way to do good while you shop is to purchase items from Charities. And there are many charities that have retail products, but I think this is a particularly beautiful one. It's from a company called Handmade, and it was a gift to me, and you can see it's got my initials on it. It is a leather-bound journal that I have been jotting my business ideas in. So it's the idea that you can make an impact on a particular cause just by purchasing from businesses that either are a charity or have a connection with a charity. Another thing you can do to eliminate waste is to actually shop your own closet or the closet of loved ones, things you've inherited, vintage items from your local vintage market. I actually volunteer somewhere that sells those sorts of items. This is a purse from my grandma that I wanted to feature today. It's from Balmain, and I can't even tell you exactly what it would cost to buy a purse like this because they definitely don't make anything like it anymore, but it would be a designer purse price tag. It's crocodile embossed and really just thick and luxurious with beautiful hardware, and it's vintage. People often have items that they don't actually want anymore, so you may inherit things from family members who no longer want them. Swap items with friends and family. That is a wonderful way to eliminate creating more waste as well. Another way to eliminate creating more waste is to buy things that are reusable. So I've bought reusable lids that I can just put on bowls rather than using that flimsy Tupperware that you end up having to throw away within a few uses. And I also invested in these wonderful resealable EcoFresh bags, which are just so satisfying to touch and rubbery, and you can reuse these, microwave them, freeze them, and you will never have to buy a Ziploc bag box again, which again, you can reuse those, but only so many times, and so buying something of higher quality is going to be a much better choice because you will be able to reuse it indefinitely, pretty much, as long as you take good care of it. I use a lot of makeup remover because I do like to do my makeup. I love to put on a full face of makeup, and it takes makeup remover for me to take that off, so I use a cotton round every single day up until I purchase these. So they come with this really wonderful little bag, this little slogan that there is no planet B. So I'm going to be using this as a makeup pouch, which is a nice way to package products so that I can have something that I can use for a particular purpose rather than just something I'm going to toss. Same idea as with reusable shopping bags, which I also have in my car. But these little pads are wonderful. They come in a bag that you can actually wash them in, and so you can put your makeup remover directly on these, or I believe even use them with just water, depending on how much makeup you wear probably and how difficult it is to remove. Really nice. It comes with a good stock as well, so you don't have to be doing a laundry all the time. But once you have these, then you potentially never have to buy cotton rounds again, which is pretty awesome. Which brings me to my next category, also for the kitchen. So Mrs. Meyer makes really wonderful soaps. This is actually dish soap in a fall scent that is so yummy. Acorn spice. It smells just like pumpkin pie because acorns don't actually have a smell. I don't know why they called it that. But you can buy a lot of detergents that are better for the environment. The bottle is made with at least 30% post-consumer plastic, and then mainly I think what's important is that the contents are biodegradable and pretty non-toxic. I've been using a lot of these hand soaps and dish soap as well, and I also bought dishwasher detergent from that 7 brand that's a lot better for the environment as well. So you can just try and make better choices with the detergents and cleaning products that you use. So when it goes into water, unless you've been living in a cave, you'll know that straws are the new aerosol for my generation. And I don't use a lot of straws, but I occasionally do like to have one for a cocktail or a smoothie or something like that. I don't like the metal ones, and I don't like the paper ones either. So if you feel like me and you just are struggling to get on that bandwagon of eliminating those plastic straws, then you may want to give these a try. So these are from a brand called BioStark, but there's a few brands that make them, so you can find one that you really like. And these are fiber-based straws, so they're actually made from sugar cane, which is really neat, and they are 100% biodegradable. So I think that's really neat. I've been really liking them. They pretty much are indistinguishable from a traditional straw, and so it doesn't feel like a big sacrifice to be using them. I don't have to do a ton of cleaning of you know, like a really fancy metal or glass straw. If that works for you, great, but these have been working really well for me for that small kind of straw hankering I have once in a while. So like the Mrs. Meyer's bottle, you can also make choices that involve recycled products so that you're essentially continuing that cycle of use of an item, just like with the clothing, but for other items. I actually have a pair of shoes on order from Rothy's. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it, and their shoes are made entirely out of plastic bottles. There's no leather used, and I'm really excited to see how it is. It is taking a while to ship those, so unfortunately I don't have it for this video, but if you Google recycled products, you'll see that there's more and more that's coming out from different brands that uses a lot of plastic byproducts in order to make clothing, and so I think that's pretty neat. My last two categories relate to the types of businesses that you are purchasing from. So there's fair trade, which is really easy because it's always going to have that symbol on it that tells you that it's from a fair trade certified place. This Theo orange chocolate is really delicious, so I've been trying to just buy better chocolate and just eat less of it, and I love that all of the ingredients are 100% pronounceable things that I would individually eat, like ground vanilla beans. So it has really good ingredients, really good tasting, and it's from a fair trade certified brand, so that you know that the cocoa producers that they are purchasing from will have a good standard for their workers and be benefiting a local community. And so I do like to purchase items that have that fair trade logo, but you always want to keep in mind that there's a cost of doing businesses for businesses to get certified as fair trade, and a lot of small businesses in small local communities cannot afford to do so, don't have the organization to do so. And so I think it's on the consumer to ask yourself, what are you buying? Who are you buying from? And is this something that is going to actually benefit local people without a lot of that money going to costs of doing business, to certifications, and various bureaucratic processes like that? It's the same thing when you give money to charity. You always want to ask yourself, how much of that money that I'm paying or donating is actually going to the cause that I want to benefit? So it's actually becoming a little bit more controversial what fair trade means and what is involved and what is the bottom line for it. I don't think that that means that it's a bad thing necessarily. It's just something to be mindful of, and for that reason I think sometimes it's actually also really nice to buy things from smaller businesses. And the reason for that is that unlike a large conglomerate, they're going to have a much better ability to do business with smaller sellers. Like when I make jewelry, or if you buy from Etsy sellers for Christmas, buy handmade things. I have a contract with a small family-owned business in Nepal that has very tight standards and benefits local workers and is able to ensure that 100% of their products are ethically made, that there's no child labor, that there's no factories with very poor wages involved, because they are directly making these things. Cutting out the middleman and cutting out goods that are resold by department stores or very large companies can often be a way of doing better with that money that you spend, so that more of that profit is being driven to individual people rather than a large company's bottom line. If you are purchasing from large companies, then maybe you ask yourself, where are their profits going? Are they donating to local charities? Are they doing good? How are they treating their workers? These are some of the questions that are, I think, really good to ask. It's going to always be difficult to make perfect choices. I'm not going to make perfect choices, but I am going to make every choice trying to have a better mindset of where my money is going. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out the info bar down below for the code and everything else that I've mentioned, and I will see you in my next installment on style. Bye!